Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 2CTV with the first live update of the day. We are going to go live to Westminster right now where the 2CTV reporter Niak Gorbani, or Mr. Banana Man, is on the ground for us, showing us the footage as the farmers across up and down this country have decided to once again get themselves to Westminster to block obviously the outside of Parliament and Downing Street, Whitehall in general, to send a message to Keir Starmer and his government that the fight against the farmers will always have a backlash. And of course, the tractors are already there. We're going to go to Niak, our reporter, to see what the situation is like. He's also obviously interviewing a number of people. The footage are coming in as we speak. So special thanks to Niak for being there. Unfortunately, I myself can't be there for certain reasons. But let's go to Niak and see what's going on in Westminster.
Hello, dear friends. 2CTV is here. Farmer protester in London.
Parecido com a Holanda, Marcos.
Brilliant. Special thank you to Niak Gorbani, 2CTV reporter, who is on the ground. We're going to go back to him in a few seconds. But before we do that, there's been a reaction already from the government, from the Labour Party in general, and the reaction is not positive, ladies and gentlemen. And what they've done is, over the last few hours, they've been sending out their proxies to go on media channels, obviously TV channels and radio stations and everything else, and they've been using Labour members, senior and junior, to fill the TV stations, to go around saying, no, the farmers are lying, they are all rich, and we should tax them. They are the 1%, blah, 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 whatever they want to say. They're not telling the truth, the Labour government, in terms of the difference between being asset rich and income rich. You might have a land that could have a value, but firstly, because that has value doesn't mean the government should take some of it, but also it doesn't mean that you are income rich. Let's quickly go back to Niak. I believe he's also prepared some interviews for us as well, and then we're going to explain why I couldn't actually be there myself, where we're still dealing with the some updates about the situation with the police. The police investigation into the leaked reports continues. Niak is going to also go back later home. He's going to come on the channel live. We're going to explain what's going on with the updates about the police leaked reports. Let's go back to Niak Gorbani. Absolutely a great turnout in Westminster. I did see a little UKIP flag as well on the side, so we can see the UKIP supporters, UKIP members are also already out today. It is absolutely fascinating, by the way, to discuss the issue around Starmer's behavior on this, because he's doubling down. And today, the government came out to give us some good news to distract us from this mess. In case you haven't heard, Wes Streeting, the Health Secretary, has now announced that the government, as of January 2025, next month, will be banning puberty blockers for under 18, for children. So that is good news. That's common sense. Well done. Thank you. Protect children. But they're only doing this because they don't want you to think about what's going on in Westminster. Of course, we are here to report. Niak continues to be on the ground to report. I believe he has interviewed a number of people. Let's quickly go to the first interview, if it's ready.
Hi. The question is simple. Why are you here today?
The Labour government want to destroy us.
And
They don't want us. They're liars and they're trying to get rid of us. And it's so obvious, but they keep lying and the general public might believe them, but we're all here because we know the truth.
and what's your message today for government?
The government is just stop lying. Stop lying. We know what you're trying to do. And we'll just keep,
All right.
we'll keep fighting.
You're fighting. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, prepare for all that noise as well, because during the interviews, it's not going to be helped by anything, really. Everyone's going to be making a lot of noise there, which makes sense, I guess, because they want to get the attention of everybody in the area, including the MPs and ministers and civil servants who are currently in the heart of Westminster. And again, thank God, obviously, Niak is there for us, because I have to stay here to deal with the update on the investigation, which hopefully should be all right, because I believe we've been told that they are taking it very seriously, and the investigators are now from the outside of the Metropolitan Police, which we'll talk to Niak later on about that. I believe we can also go back to Niak following his last interview. Let's go back to Whitehall.
Hello everyone. Today, London have a special guest. Here is 2C TV. And I will show you the trucks driver. Actually, they are more than 70-80% are in young generation, as I'm seeing. Look. message for 2C TV?
Keep up the fight. Have a nice holiday.
You too, thank you.
You can see our friends are also there, other independent reporters and journalists. I hope he meant Merry Christmas when he said have a good holiday. Anyway, we'll go back to Niak in a second. It is important to also remind you guys that the NFU, the official unions for the trade union for the farmers, are not supporting or promoting this, which is a bit of a concern. These are the same people who, instead of actually organizing and supporting a massive protest last time, they were holding an event behind closed doors with selected people. Limited number of people were allowed to go and attend, while people, normal farmers, were outside in Westminster, obviously protesting. I believe we can quickly go back. Is there an interview coming up? I think there is an interview coming up. Again, Niak on the ground. Let's quickly go and see what we have.
Hello guys. I have a question. Why are you here today?
We're here today because of the government's new budget and the laws on the inheritance tax. It's an absolute joke. I'm not a farmer myself, but I'm here today to protest against, well, inheritance tax in general, to be honest, and the government who thinks it's okay to take people's land after they die, after taxing someone throughout their entire life. And the left and the people will say farmers should pay their fair share, but if you're going to siphon this land off to companies like BlackRock and companies like Vanguard, what's the point in taking it away from the farmers in the first place? I mean, that's our point of view. People will disagree, but...
Alright, and what's your message for today for government?
Reverse the policy. Just reverse it. Just do not
And you?
reverse the policy. Just turn around. It's needless. You don't need to do it.
Alright, thank you guys. Keep fighting for your future. Good luck.
Absolutely brilliant that we have young farmers who are very much in touch with what's actually going on. Mentioned BlackRock and all the others, of course, the globalist corporations and everybody else, the lobbies who take advantage of ordinary people's lives. Also a big shout out because apart from GB News, I haven't really seen much coverage from the mainstream. So big shout out to all the independent journalists and reporters and YouTubers and everybody else who are currently also there or just reporting it in general. The good job that obviously they're all doing, because again, the corporate media are not really interested. If they report on this, they just paint the farmers as the bad guys, that, you know, oh, they're spoiled, they are actually rich and blah blah blah. Do we have one more? We can go back. There's another interview Niak is doing with a couple of other farmers. Let's go.
Hello guys, why are you here today?
To stand up for what's right, to fight for my children's future. We're fifth generation cattle farmers and we won't be no more. There'll be none of us. We'll be gone.
And what's your message for government today?
Turn round, think about where your food's coming from, because it'll all stop.
Alright, keep fighting.
Not just greed and money.
Alright, thank you so much for your time. Keep fighting for your future and for your children's future. Thank you. Enjoy.
Brilliant. Special thanks to all the farmers as well who decided to come all the way to London from around the country. Obviously on this channel we've been fighting for the farmers for the last few years. About 2 years ago, I think, a year and a half ago, we did the special documentary on 2C TV, The Death of British Farming. The whole point of that documentary was, by the way, which went out, was to urge politicians from both parties to be warned, to actually hear them out, because the politicians are not really going around actually talking to farmers. Apart from some local MPs, they're not listening to them. The whole point of this was to actually let them know, this is the truth about British farming, this is the truth about the countryside that you call racist, apparently, and everything else that's been going on. And that is why we will continue, as usual, to do our job and report what is happening. GB News are there. Big shout out to GB News for actually reporting this today. And they started quite early as well, because I was talking to Charlie Peters, my good friend, who's a GB News reporter. I was actually with him last night. He went home early at 9 p.m. I was like, why are you going home early? He's like, he's got to drive a tractor at 7 a.m. on GB News. So great job, Charlie Peters. Let's get some reaction from the live chat. We got Victor Red. Thank you for your super chat saying, take your country back. We also have Luke saying Petty Starmer will apply a 20% sales tax to tractors just to get his own back, I bet. Wouldn't be surprised. I hope they dump several tons of manure outside numbers. They did that in France, by the way. That's exactly what the French farmers did. They went very, very robust. Stu says, the Axel Foley horn made me cheer even more. Yeah, it is loud, but it's actually good. It creates atmosphere. Come on, guys. You know, those who complain about the noise and everything else, it's a protest. Come on, get with it. We'll get some non-super chats as well. We have AFC Man UK saying, Maya outsourced the live stream to the Banana Man. Exactly. Well, I still have to deal with these idiots. I'm still waiting for the second call from the Met. Hopefully they'll give us, and also the lawyers, they'll give us some sort of update. And then Niak is going to run back home. He's going to come on the channel to explain his situation as well with the investigation with the police. Craig, who I believe is there. Craig is a farmer. I think he's there at the protest. Saying, us farmers send our thanks to all on this channel. Thank you very much, Craig Townsend. Now, there is another non-super chat. Joanne says, who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Starmer? It's supposed to be Mr. Hitler, but it's actually Starmer, for those who know. If you think we're on the run, we are the ones who will stop your little game. Yes, we are the ones who make you think again. Yes. Mr. Hitler, Mr. Starmer. Slight differences, you know. Going back to some... why is he calling me now? Niak, don't call me now. Niak, stop calling me on my phone. Sorry, guys. Disrupting the actual live show. Ugly Boy says that if you don't support the farmers, then get the F out. Yes. Beverly Hills Cops. And we also have the government will never back down. It is just a land grab. I think they're going to double down because I think they're getting advice from Tony Blair. Tony Blair fought against the farmers and Tony Blair won that battle. So this is about 25 years ago. So I think he's telling the government, Tony Blair, that don't worry, the farmers will eventually give up. But I don't think it's going to be the case this time. Amber says, I'm at the protest right now. I grew up in a rural community in Somerset. Oh, well, thank you so much, Amber from Somerset, for being there and fighting on behalf of your family, your community, and the countryside in general. You will always have a voice on this channel. And Colin says, I'm surprised they didn't arrest the Banana Man just for the hell of it. It seems to be a pastime. To be fair, it's not really a protest with conflict today. It's just tractors blocking Westminster. So also a big shout out to the others again, especially Jeff. I think Jeff is there. Jeff Taylor is also there. I think I did see him doing live, and a couple of others as well. I think Jeff is there. Paz is there. A couple of other good guys. Jeff Taylor is still live as well. So what I will do to give actually more airtime and opportunity to the other channels as well, including Jeff Taylor, Paz, and all the others who are there. We're going to end this live stream now. Go watch the rest of the actual protests on the ground live on their channels. I'm Maya Tusi, and we are the media.